Good evening. How you doing, Phil G?
I'm
Huh?
good. I'm good. About yourself?
Uh, just another day in paradise after this great NFL week we had.
Yeah, I can tell by the big ass Kool-Aid smile you got.
Well, I always have this big Kool-Aid smile, man.
It's
It's probably
it's a
just a little
little
bit
wider.
wider, you
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah. You got a bigger smile today.
Yeah, you know. It turned out to be a pretty good NFL weekend, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And we will talk about my happiness in a little bit. Not right now, but
Okay, okay. I'm
okay.
ready for it.
So first because last night's game, Detroit versus Seattle, the what I call the defense optional game.
Yeah.
Detroit ended up winning 42-29
Mhm.
against the Seahawks, and the whole game was a great game, and you see why people are picking Detroit to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
I do not see anybody stopping that offense at all.
It, it, it's they're well rounded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They can beat you in many ways. They what's the running back name?
Montgomery,
Man, and I mean they load it everywhere. So you add that on to top of the kind of coach they got. They got one of those coaches that they want to play for. They want to
yeah.
win for. They bought into a system last year or the year before, and they've been. I mean, for years you be like, man, the Detroit Lions, stop it. And you gotta be like, shit, the Detroit Lions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now you actually want to watch them on
You,
Thanksgiving.
oh, I didn't even think about that. To actually want to sit there and watch a Lions, the Lions game, you had to run and get you some milk because somebody forgot the eggnog or some shit like
Yeah.
that. That's when you did that with the Lions game. But now, 12 o'clock, I'm in front of the TV.
Oh yeah, I'm watching now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know
I
what
didn't
I'm
even
saying?
think about that.
That was normally my time to try and unclog the drain for my mother's stuff too much macaroni down. But now it's gonna be a pretty good game. And who would have thought that Jared Goff would be like the leader of this team and then playing that good? Dude caught a touchdown pass last night. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown threw a fade, a fade to Jared Goff for a touchdown. And I
But
said,
you know what it
"Mhm.
is? They look like they having fun up there.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't
mean,
you have fun if you winning?"
yeah, yeah, I guess that's true too. But I mean, they creative. And they playing with confidence, and that's looking at my team, you can see that they just don't not sure about themselves. For
Mm,
years, I'm sure you looked at your team and you like, yeah, these motherfuckers ain't sure about themselves.
hmm
To look at a team that's up and coming or that actually has arrived and doing their thing, it's cool to see. It's cool to see. It's been a long time for the Lions.
Yeah, at first they weren't my Super Bowl pick in the NFC, but after seeing some of the other teams drop off and to see the way the offense played last night,
I know you're
I
not
got to
about
give
to,
it to them. Now they did give up 29 points. DK Metcalf was making them look a little bit crazy.
but he can
So
do.
yeah, so I'm not I'm they got to fix that defense. Even though I know that Brian Branch was out, they had a few other defenders
Mm.
out, but if they can consistently play like they did last night on the offensive side, I don't see why they can't beat a San Francisco 49ers team or a Eagles or Saints. I don't see why they can't.
I'm not
But
putting. I'm
I
not putting the Eagles in that.
I Eagles off and on. We'll get to that one. But I'm going. I like the Lions' chances right now. And
Yeah.
Seattle was undefeated, and they looked rusty. No, I'm sorry. The defense looked rusty. Defense
Yeah.
was letting them
Yeah. I'm about to say
touchdown
they
after
ball.
touchdown.
Yeah.
They looked tired. And maybe they got a brand new coach. Maybe the team's like, you know what, we got 3 games of tape we can watch, so now we know what to do against them.
Yeah.
But the Lions, they look unstoppable to me.
Yeah, but the last couple times we done said that the teams kind of folded. Because week one we was like, yeah, such and such look good. This team look good. Now they all 2-2 and 1-3. Except the Chiefs.
Yeah, I
Except
think
the
the
Chiefs.
first 4 games are your real preseason. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true. That's
So
true. That's true.
I I believe that teams are going to now start to get stronger. Like a team that I know that I feel like is starting to get stronger now is the Baltimore Ravens. They started off 0-2. Now they now racked off 2 straight wins against 2 quality
Look at what
opponents.
they're doing. Look at what they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the Ravens looked like the first drive of the season against the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry. None of that passing. You know, what he ran for 199. It's like what did he run for?
199 yards.
190. When the last time you heard that? When the last time you heard a running back doing
When I played Madden.
that? Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is what we thought the Ravens was going to be at the beginning of the season. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they went out there, they got Henry to prove a point, and now it just feel like since that Cowboys game, they be like, yeah, this is what everybody else is going to get now. This is how we win. Yeah, we got a supposedly MVP, you know, quarterback, but here's the formula to winning. Don't try to make Lamar the face of the franchise because winning is going to do that. I mean, like the reason, try to make it the reason why they're winning. Winning's going to do that
Mm-hmm.
if you hand the ball off. Everybody's going to get their accolades. You know what I mean? So keep up with that formula, and they're going to be scary.
Let me tell you, a guy that big to have 199 yards, and Derrick Henry's not fast. He's not a fast. He's just a powerful runner, and he got that on less than 30 touches. And when I was watching, when I kept like cutting to the game on my alternate watch channel, I got
Yeah. I got that.
Derrick is just running them the hell over, and I'm like, this feels like one of them high school games where it's the 8-0 team versus the 0-8 team.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened to the Bills' run defense? They look sad, man.
But you know, it's one of those things where if you keep giving Henry the ball, by the second quarter, by halftime, you're tired of tackling him. And now, as you know, yeah, first quarter, first half, you're stopping them 2, 3, 4 yard runs. That third quarter, fourth quarter, he's breaking 8 yard runs. He's breaking 12 yard runs because the fatigue has set in, and you tired of tackling that big dude. Fuck that. You like, yeah, I'm not. Get somebody else to do it.
I'm not trying to tackle a dude who weighs the same as a Chevy Suburban, man.
And there you go. And that's still he's murdering Bama's with that. He's murdering Bama's with that.
Yeah. 0-2 to 2-2.
And
My prediction is they're eventually going to go 3-3, and I'm going to tell you why I think they're going to go 3-3 in a little bit. And that is because who is now number one in the NFC East?
Wait. So you saying so? Okay, so I'm taking it that the Ravens don't play the Commanders next week.
In
They
2
play them
weeks.
the week after. They
In
play them
2
in 2
weeks.
weeks. So you're saying the Ravens going to get this one coming up, but they're going to lose to the Commanders.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Look, I'm not on the we going to the bowl train with the Commanders. But after watching this past game and the previous 2 wins, I'm confident that they can put up a decent amount of wins. Do I see them going 14-3, 13-4? No, I do not see that at all. But it is reasonable to see a 10-7. It's reasonable to see it.
I mean, what you at? You at 3 wins now. So
Look, the Commanders beat the Arizona Cardinals 42-14. As a fan, I am telling you, and this is no joke, it may sound like a joke, this is the first time in 11 years where I watched the game and we were blowing somebody out by 20, where at the third quarter, I could turn the game off and not be mad.
ain't that be bad? And you know, I live for the Commanders' misery. I do. I watch them to see them fail. You know, I tune in to watch them to see them fail. It's different when you can get on Facebook and you hear the Commanders fans. Oh, we're number one in the East. Oh, we got a quarterback. Oh, the excitement is back. This last happened in 2012 with RG3. You know, as a Cowboys fan, I'm waiting for the bubble to bust. I'm talking deflate the football and it just all crashed because it's happened so many times. You just like, man, I hope these Commanders fans get so high up on these dudes and they just fail. But that's just me.
God damn.
I'm hating. I'm hating the young man's balling. I'm straight hating, but I'm waiting for it.
Well, the difference between 2012 and now is back then the Redskins start off 3-6, and then they
They
went
did.
on a run to go 10-6.
Yeah.
They're 3-1 now. So even if they go 500 with the games remaining, that's still overachieving. Like I said, I've told people if the Commanders get to 8 wins, that's an achievement
Oh
with the
yeah.
amount of turnover they had. But
But
now 10 wins is looking like a possibility, especially with the rest of the division not looking that strong.
yeah. Yeah. I would have never put them in this dog fight. I had the Cowboys and the Eagles, but because of the first 4 games, you have to put the Commanders in there.
Yeah, and Jaden Daniels looking like the number 2 pick. The number 2 pick lately has been better than the number 1 pick the past
Yeah,
few years. So
yeah,
this is
yeah.
kind of strange for me. And like I said, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I'm taking it week by week. Now, if they manage to get like 7-1, let the euphoria begin. I'm popping Heineken bottles in the
Oh,
street.
there was this one time the Redskins went like 8-1 with the Campbell, and then
Mm-mm.
when the 8-1, it was 7-1, 6-1 with Campbell, and then they folded shop. I think they finished 500 and missed the playoffs.
I think we probably like 5-2. Um,
Jason Campbell, that's his name.
a terrible. The reason why I know is here's a terrible stat. The Washington Redskins Commanders football team is the only national football team in the league to not have a season with at least 11 wins in the past 30 years. The only team.
They
The
haven't had.
max they've had in the past 30 years is a 10-win season. That's the max. They're the only team in the NFL who's had that.
In 30 years?
30 years. Every other team has had an 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 win season.
So if
We're
they
the
get
only
11,
one.
so if they get 11 wins, this is a
Historic.
this is a reason to celebrate.
They haven't had 11 wins since Jack Kent Cook was the owner. He's been dead for over 25 years.
And that's crazy, and I'm usually a stats guy, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, but
But I'm gonna look
do
it
you
up, and
remember misery?
I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna post it though. Everybody needs to know because I had to do something to kill these high hopes because they're killing me out here. They're killing me.
Well, hey, the Commanders are riding high right now. I'm feeling real good about the Commanders.
You should.
We play Deshaun this weekend. We know him and the Browns, and I think we take this game. I'm gonna say 24-10. Their offense isn't looking too great. Defense is now a little bit shaky. Don't worry, our defense is not that great either, but I have us winning that game.
Where are they playing at this week? I didn't even check.
They're playing at Northwest Stadium here in
Oh,
Maryland.
Northwest. Ah. Yeah. I'm not gonna call that game yet because I don't know if I'm hating or I just want them to lose. So I'm gonna leave my comment to myself
But hey, for
because they're
now,
still Browns, but it's hard. It's hard. It's still hard to pick the Commanders. It's still hard for me. So we're gonna see.
number one in the NFC East.
Enjoy it.
I gotta relish that feeling.
Enjoy it.
Now, last week's Thursday game, Cowboys versus Giants, sloppy game. The Cowboys won 2015, but in the end, I think they lost. You lose Michael Parsons for maybe 1 or 2 games. You lose DeMarcus Lawrence for another 1 or 2 games.
No, he's on IR now.
Jeez, Dak didn't look like a $60 million man. CD is just he's throwing temper tantrums on the sideline. Did the Cowboys won, but did they really win?
Game win exactly like I said. It's gonna be if you're a good team, you assert your dominance on bad teams. That didn't happen. You know, the Giants. I mean, the whole game, you knew the Giants really didn't have a chance to win, but it stayed close. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Uh, Parsons going out is key. Lawrence going out hurts. Because this team is going to go as far as the defense carries us.
Mm.
It ain't about the offense. don't get me started on Dak and paying him $65 million because he was never that quarterback that was going to. He was never the quarterback that you can say he's going to lead us to victories
Mm.
on his shoulders. Everything has to be perfect for him to win. The defense has to be balling, getting them turnovers, shortening up the field. Dak looked amazing. If you make Dak drive 80 yards 10 times, he might do it twice a game.
Yeah, he didn't. If Dak made 25, 30 million, I was like, all right. But when you're
Now,
the highest paid player in NFL history, I need Patrick Mahomes' numbers. And what I saw
don't
at,
even
at
put
MetLife
Patrick.
Stadium was not it.
Don't even put Patrick Mahomes numbers. Just give us a win. Give us some wins or versus some quality opponents. You can't celebrate beating the Giants. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You can't celebrate that. You know what I mean? They're a scrimmage right now. Give us some statement wins. That's how you justify. Even if there were games where Romo played bad, but they grinded it out and they found a way to win. This dude, if everything is not complete, everything is not perfect, he can't win. He can't. He throws. He's limited in his throwing. He overthrows. He underthrows. He always pay attention to the next time you watch a Cowboys game and see how many balls are behind the receiver or really low.
Yeah.
If he hits some of these guys in stride, we're scoring. But he just never been that quarterback.
I've always liked Dak, even though he is a Dallas Cowboy. I've always liked Dak. I just don't. I've never liked the hype about him. Because there's Cowboy fans who love the man, think he's the greatest, and there's Cowboy fans who are like, nah, he needs to get the hell off my team. Now, I like him as a person. Do I want him to throw 4 interceptions a game? Yes. As a Commanders fan, yes. I want him to throw interceptions like it's the new touchdown.
I'm confused on what you like about the guy.
I like him as a person,
Oh
and
yeah,
I think he's a fun player to watch. Because one thing I like about him, he will throw the fucking ball. He will sling the rock, and I like that about him. I don't see a conservative Dak Prescott. I see a dude who's fun to watch. Honestly, I think he would be better off not in Dallas because I think he can be even more of himself. But for 60 something million, you're stuck, and he's who you got to deal with from here on out.
if if
And
if you take Dak off a Cowboys team, he will have to go somewhere where everything is already set up. Just like he fell into this position with the Cowboys. At the time, we had the best offensive line. We drafted a stud in Zeke. The defense was just solid. They were solid. He inherited all these players, and he's done absolutely nothing. They go out and they get him a piece here, they get him a piece there. If and not to go back in the history, but if Romo had half this team when he was playing, we're looking at least championship game. At least. I mean, shit. We got robbed in up in Packer Stadium with the catch with Days. You know what I'm saying? I'm still salty about that. But if you gave Romo this team, we're sitting pretty. We're sitting pretty.
okay, well, he ain't coming out that CBS
He not
commentary
coming.
booth,
He not.
so you are
But
guaranteed to have Dakota for at least another 4 years because there's no other team who's going to pick up that contract.
listen, you don't. This is why I said you don't pay him. You take your chances. You go out here and you get you a bridge quarterback. You stack that defense, and then you draft you a serviceable quarterback because you do not need a great quarterback to win a Super Bowl. You just don't.
You are correct, but we have been seeing greatness win it the past 5 seasons. Greatness has won it. Patrick
Uh,
Mahomes, Tom Brady.
so let's take Mahomes out. Brady is the GOAT, so you really can't say him, right? Who else?
You have Matthew Stafford. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer. He got you one.
Hmm.
And before that, you had, I think it was another Brady. And then it was,
Hurts was in there.
no, that wasn't Hurts. It
Not
was,
that one hurts. Shit.
Foles, Nick Foles. Nick
Yeah.
Foles.
Ah, shit. Perfect example.
Yeah.
You don't need greatness. You need somebody serviceable that's not going to turn the ball over and just play within your game.
Well, Phil, he's who you have for the next 4 years at $200+ million.
I
You're
don't
stuck
like it.
with him.
I
Now,
didn't like it beginning. I don't like it now. I'm not going to like it in 4 years. So
a true test. The Cowboys next week play the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had a rough game this week against Indianapolis. Justin Fields looked like the Justin Fields from the Bears this week, just fumbling and just playing erratic, and he couldn't stay off the damn ground.
yeah,
So that here's another pivotal game for both teams. The Steelers desperately need that win to go to 4-1. Cowboys cannot afford to go 2-3 against a quality opponent. So I'm gonna jump a little early to this section, and I gotta ask you, who do you have coming out in this game? Because this is going to be a fight, punch you in the mouth game. This is not going to be 35-30. This is going to be run an attack, beat you up, QB sneaks.
if Parsons was playing, I would still pick the Steelers. I would still pick the Steelers. Tomlin looked at the field and he said, "We're gonna run the ball," and I guarantee they put up 30 rushes this weekend. 30 rushes,
Could be
and
right, but they
it's
don't
going.
have any running backs.
If you have a team that can't stop, if you got any semblance of an offensive line, just run the ball. That's it.
They have Najee Harris and Cordarrelle Patterson as
Listen,
their running backs.
one of them might go for 100. I'm just trying to keep it real. One might go for 100, and if it's not one of the running backs, it's going to be Fields because now you don't have uh, Parsons chase that can chase him down. Unless somebody just step up that I'm just not seeing right now. I'm taking the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers in a close one. 23, 23-20, 24-20, somewhere around there.
Not too far.
Oh,
When I got 2017 Steelers.
2017, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Steelers myself.
I think it's going to be a heavy possession game. The Steelers going to try their best to just inch down the field to keep Dak off the field. But without your two best edge rushers, I can't see a way Dallas wins this game. Plus, Trayvon Diggs, he's banged up.
Yep.
Your starting cornerback Carson's out again, so you got the Booth guy playing again
Yeah.
at cornerback.
But the good thing on that is we're playing against Fields and Fields is he's up and down.
Yep.
If he comes out and he looks like his first, well, not his first game, but his second and third game, they definitely got a chance. But I don't even think it's going to get to that. I think it's going to be Tomlin is one of them coaches that, oh, they can't stop the run, we're going to run, and it's going to be that. It's going to be a lot of misdirection. It's going to be, you know, uh, a lot of handball off. It's going to be probably uh, a full back end I formation. It's going to be a lot of running because he's just one of those coaches that going to capitalize on your weakness.
Oh, it's going to be a really fun game. I am looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Um, Next game we're going to get up for picks is Commanders versus Browns. I'm going to go out on the limb.
It ain't even no limb. Cut it out.
I'm going to surprise everyone here. I'm going to go Commanders. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go 24-10 Commanders.
24-10.
24-10. I got Terry McLaurin getting 100 yards receiving. I got Jaden Daniels running for at least 60 yards. That's it. No more superstar stuff. I think the defense is going to play decent against Deshaun Watson. Him and his team are in shambles. They fighting on the sideline. They're not going to do it this year. They're gonna fold. And yeah, we're getting that dub 24-10.
I believe I said in episode 1, they're the Browns. I believe that was episode. I believe I said episode 1. As much as it pains me, I can't pick the Browns. I can't. I hope this game ends in a tie. I hope both teams get flat tires on the way to the stadium. I don't know. Is there a way that both teams can get an
Mm.
L? That's what I'm hoping for. Put me in the books. But I'm
Mm.
gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Commanders just because they're the Browns.
All right, yeah. Next game is the Bills Texans. Now this Bills Texans game is the NFL playing drama king again. That's all that they want to see. Stephon Diggs play his old team. That's the NFL is the goddamn WWE
But
these
that's
days.
what they need though. You
Yeah,
need storylines. You know what I mean? Uh oh, the drama. Yeah, I like the drama. I think the more drama that you can add, but that's the only reason the Cowboys and the Redskins are what they are, because it's been one sided for so many years. The Commanders or the Redskins will get a game here, a game there, but if you look at the last 100 games, it's been 70% Cowboys, right?
them
But
days is over.
huh? The
Them
days is
days
over,
is
and
over.
it may be, it may be. But I want it to be because it brings back that backyard argument, the fire, and I just been baking Commanders fans for years now. I haven't had that since 2012 when RG3 had that year, and I'm yelling back at people talking about, oh, he gonna fold soon and blah 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 blah, and these motherfuckers make the playoffs, and I ain't had nothing too much to say. But since
Well,
2012,
Daniel Snyder is gone. You know what I'm saying? Josh Harris came up in there and he got rid of everybody. He came in. The first thing he did, he fired the coach, he fired the GM, he fired the motherfuckers ripping tickets at the front door.
yeah,
He fired
yeah,
the dude who cut the
yeah,
grass.
yeah.
What you do? You the parking attendant? Your ass is fired.
Not to
What
cut
you
the
do?
grass.
Oh yeah, you cut the grass? Your ass is fired. Everybody fired. Get your ass out, get your ass out, and get your ass out.
He cleaned the house. He cleaned the
Mm-hmm.
house. But do clean the house equates to wins? We're 4 games in. It looks promising, but I'm waiting for the bubble to bust. I'm not gonna keep drilling it, because if the bubble don't bust, you got this on film. So I'm gonna be quiet.
But hey, Bills and Texans, I'm going with the Texans. I think CJ Stroud gonna bounce back. And after the interview I saw with Stephon Diggs was talking about how he felt as though the Bills kind of just
Kind of cut him off. Yeah,
threw him away.
yeah.
He if CJ Stroud does not get him at least 8 catches this week, man is gonna go full Odell Beckham on the sideline.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. The Bills caught uh,
Ass whooping.
an ass whooping, which was kind of an understatement. And these are the games that you think that, because the Ravens going to be there, Cincinnati's going to be there, the Chiefs is going to be there. So these are the games you would think that you bring your best game to, right? That
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. You understand getting let down when you go in somewhere and you lose to the Jaguars because you just played the Chiefs the week before because of the letdown.
Yeah.
The Ravens just took it to them.
Yeah.
And you're going to see the dude. So I think they bounced back. They were embarrassed, and I think they take it out on the Texans.
I'm looking forward to the game, but I don't see how after what Derrick Henry did to him, I see the Texans saying, you know what, we're gonna run that same play just with our running backs. They're gonna run the same exact plays. They like if they let Big Barbarian Derrick Henry get 199, we got faster running backs. We're gonna do the same thing to him. Why stop what works?
No, I agree. I think they'll try it. Henry, and then whoever, what's the dude's name? Came
Lamar
from
Jackson.
Philly.
Oh, Swift.
Swift. Swift is fast. He ain't Henry though. And the Ravens just beat down the Bills. They beat them down. I mean, it was. I mean, it started off with the 86, 87 yard run, and it was just all
Mm.
downhill from there. I just don't see which they're doing that to them this week. I just don't.
Well, I'm really looking forward to that game. I think that is the number one game I'm looking forward to. Like I said, because I'm looking forward to the drama. Because, like I said, Stephon Diggs, he's going to go full diva mode. Because if they don't get him that ball, he throwing helmets. He fighting somebody. He'll fight the coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we gonna see.
Nah, but it's gonna be good. But in non-NFL news, let me tell you about the situation that happened with UNLV. So UNLV's quarterback, his name is Matt Sluka. He
Mm-hmm.
recently quit the team because he didn't get a $100,000 payment, that NIL payment that the university had promised him. So he's been playing lights out. He's been balling. So a little bit of background is Matt Cain. He's a transfer from Holy Cross University where he played quarterback. A deal that he had with UNLV was, I'll transfer. I need you to set this $100,000 NIL deal up for me, which is totally legal,
Yeah.
totally fine. But here it is. They played a few games, and somehow them payments ain't came. So homie quit the team. Yeah.
See, this is when you go somewhere and you have to attend a wedding on Sunday and you miss ESPN and all the sports news. This is what happens. How the hell I missed that? How did I miss that? So his payments ain't come through. He put his 2 weeks notice in and rolled out.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a lot more of that.
It strange part about it. Apparently, another member of the UNLV football team follows suit, and it's happened on two other college football teams where the players didn't get the payments they needed. They walked off and they decided to redshirt and just transfer early to another university.
We're going to see a lot of that.
Now you got to think. So the public opinion is split on it because
Yeah.
number one, the legal beagles are saying, "Well, you never got it in writing, so that's your fault for not being an adult, getting it in writing, saying that you would get that $100,000 deal. You did it on a hush hush, wink wink kind of handshake promise."
This is still all kind of new though.
Yeah, it is still kind of new.
Yeah.
The other people are saying, "Hey, I don't blame them. The university making money off me, and they're winning." So he had the leverage to get them to get that deal through. But the university was like, "What are you going to do? Quit?" And that's exactly what he did.
Would you quit your job if your paycheck wasn't in there on Friday?
Oh yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going on. I'm going on leave immediately.
Yeah, yeah. See what I'm saying? So but we're going to see a lot of this. And where does it end? What if you're balling out and all of a sudden you want a little more? I'm winning games. We're on TV. We're this. We're that. I know we agreed on 100,000. I kind of want two now. Oh, you don't want to pay me two?
Well,
I'm out.
well, most of the
We,
NIL deals come from out of school sponsors.
right,
It comes
right.
from your Chick-fil-A, your local arcade, all that kind of stuff.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the legal way to funnel it. The
Okay.
university cannot directly give the money, but the university can give you a NIL deal via like their local television television network they work with. They can help you get deals that way. Them not giving him that $100,000, that was like a kiss of death for this season. And I think if he'd have said I need $3 million, I'd have been like, boy, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
on walk.
yeah,
Homie said 100,000 that you promised him. And if y'all promised him 100,000 and we 2-1, 3-0, I would give him that money.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that winning brings in more money anyway. Because now the
Mm-hmm.
fans are psyched. They hyped up that my team is winning. They buying jerseys. They filling up the stands. Get that man his money.
And
Get
it's
it.
and it's Las Vegas, right?
Yeah,
So fans already ain't really all that interested in football out there anyway. Because if you ever seen where the UNLV campus is, it's literally right next to the strip. It's
yeah.
right there.
A lot of other shit to get into.
Exactly. A lot of stuff you can get into. So you were like, you know what? We finally got the fans' attention. We finally won it. He asking for $100K. Pay him. Well, and it's not like it's ransom. It's something you promised him. Pay him what he's owed.
So why did they say they haven't paid him?
The university still kind of mum on why they haven't paid him. But let me tell you this: he didn't abruptly quit. He most likely told the university that I ain't got paid. I need my money. Y'all got to do this. And they probably just called his bluff like, well, nah, motherfucker, you already throwing these touchdown passes. He ain't going to ruin his possible playoff position to do this. He called their bluff and he walked.
And
Now,
mad at him.
he like I said, he did transfer from Holy Cross University, which nobody knows the hell about Holy Cross. And they put him on the big stage. That's great.
And he
Would I have quit immediately? I would have said, no, here's what's going to happen. We're 3-0. By the time we get to the fifth game, I need to have my money or we need to have a different conversation. I'm like, all of a sudden, my ankle hurt. My ankle hurt. I can't play. But homie said, nah, I'm
why
done.
why give him 2 more games? Because now, what if the 2 games go south? He quit at the peak when they got momentum, and all the momentum was on his side. So
Mm-hmm.
he did the right thing. Listen, we 3-0 or whatever our record is. Where my money? Oh, it ain't gonna be in there. All right, pink slip. I mean, resignation letter.
Yeah. You're going to see a lot of that. Like you said, you're going to see a lot of, you already see it in the bowl games now. Like all these players opt out during the bowl games because they're like, nah, I ain't trying to get hurt. I ain't
I
trying
ain't
to do
mad.
this.
I ain't mad at him for that.
Yeah. And now at the beginning of the season, you got players saying, I need 150,000 to play this season. And the coaches are like, you know, you need to go do your own thing. Because most universities say, go talk to Chick-fil-A, get your Instagram
Yeah,
thing on to go get your
yeah,
money.
yeah.
But sometimes the university can get you a deal. I don't think the university should get into the act of getting deals because then you come into a situation like this. Because if you promised me 500,000 and all I got was 50, yeah, I think my back hurt. I think my
Yeah,
back hurt
yeah.
now. You got to put me on a little college
Something
IR.
acting right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? My mama ain't feeling too well. I need to go home for a few weeks.
it's gonna get dicey. It's gonna get dicey. So this ain't the first, ain't gonna be the last.
Yeah, it definitely ain't. But hey,
So
good luck to him. Not good luck to UNLV. You need to keep up your end of your damn bargain, man.
if you make them young men promises, pay up, man. That's
Yeah,
all.
pay up, man.
Yeah.
Um, I got to thinking this weekend. I was sitting there watching YouTube. I sometimes go down a YouTube rabbit hole, man. I get so deep into YouTube watching videos, and one of the things it suggests to me was Mike Tyson videos. So here I am for an hour watching Mike Tyson fights and Mike Tyson clips, and it made me think, bruh, there's nobody like Mike Tyson now. There's not one fighter in any weight class that reminds me of Tyson. No one scares you like Mike Tyson does anymore. No one who makes me rush to go watch the pay-per-view like Mike. Mike had you on the edges. You couldn't go to the bathroom. You couldn't have a conversation. You couldn't blink. Mike was that dude. And I can't be the only one who feels that there's nobody like him even close these days.
Mike Tyson changed so much about boxing. If he to when to walk into the eye, I mean walk into the ring with the cut off towel, the no socks with the black shoes, stone face, and you said, and I mean you knew if I bite this chicken wing and blink, the fight might be over. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But he drew you in. He talked shit. Uh, he he was. I mean, Mike Tyson in fear just went into it. He beat most of his opponents before he got in the ring, and it was like nothing I had ever seen. Now Ali was before our time, and I heard that you talk to a couple of older heads, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, Muhammad Ali got into the head before the fight happened, which was probably true. That was talking. This dude was just beating the hell out of people. He hit you in that rib with that uppercut. It was, I mean, I don't think he gets enough credit as far as greatest sports athletes. because his reign was like no others, and I don't think we'll ever see another one.
I don't either. I look at the heavyweights or even like the light heavyweights now. I don't see anybody who could do what Mike did. Like you said, Mike won before he even got in the ring. He wasn't talking. He had footage that you could just watch of him destroying men with body shots. Now he could knock you out, but he was making you quit with the body shots, and then he would KO you.
Yeah,
I don't see what's the Fury, Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Usyk. I don't see any of those guys being anywhere close to Mike.
nothing.
Mike was an intimidating dude. I think what made him even more intimidating, he was a short dude, knocking out bigger fighters, and then he had that light voice.
Had no fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knocked him out. I'm gonna kill him. Yeah.
I'm, I'm watching the highlights, and they was asking about his fighting style. He was like, "It's easy to knock somebody out. It's hard to make a man quit." So with body blows, he said, "I wanted them to quit." He said, "That's when I knew I was the most happiest when I could beat him with body shots." I saw some joints where Mike was getting close, and he would dig into them ribs, and you see the dudes go, "Ooh,
Yeah.
what just happened to me?"
He
You know.
he even said that I can't remember who was fighting, but he was like, "Yeah, I hit him in his ribs. He made a noise like a woman. He was going like, eh, eh." He said, "I knew I had." Dude was listen. He was worth. He probably was the last time I actually paid for a pay-per-view. He was probably the last thing when I actually paid for a pay-per-view. And had no problem spending that money when I knew it might have only been a round. He was the last person.
Yeah, I think when Mike's reign was over, I think I was still in grade school. I couldn't afford a pay-per-view anyway. But I remember anyway, whether it was a legal watch, going to someone's house or going to Buffalo Wild Wings or ESPN Zone, we used to be called back in
Yeah.
the day.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I would I would go and try to watch the Mike fights, and you could not blink. If the round was over, you sprinted to the bathroom because it could be 3 seconds to the next round, and Mike put him down.
You just never knew. You just
There's
never.
nobody like him. Mayweather, I know Mayweather's 50 and over. Mayweather did not have your attention like Mike. Mayweather's a hell of a showman, but he is not Mike. I remember Mike, you watch videos, Mike would hit somebody, knock him out, and you got scared for the person. You like, is he dead?
This, but he punched with that type of tenacity. He punched with bad intentions. Like like I said, he wanted to put you out with the body shots, and that hook to the ribs and that uppercut combination. Man, he matted so many people within. If like this was his move, but it was nothing you can do because if he he faked this way and then hit you with that, oh man, it was over.
Yeah,
And to this day, right? If you was to have a Mike Tyson punch out game, you would still have a little fear in you. I remember playing that game and getting to Mike Tyson and was like, oh shit, this dude gonna hit me one time. I mean, but it was like that in real life.
yeah.
It was like that in real life. So
He to me, he's still my favorite fighter of all time.
yeah,
He's still the most dominant fighter of all time.
yeah.
I think we got robbed when he went to jail.
Oh,
The two times he went to jail, we got robbed of
first time.
seeing him. Yeah, the first time we definitely got robbed. He was in his prime. Even though I know he just lost to Buster Douglas, I think that was lack of training.
Oh yeah, yeah.
From what I could tell when I
Like
watched the videos, it was
this.
lack of training. So if he had not went to jail, I had Mike beating every single fight. I think he would have beat Holyfield back then.
Oh, he would. In my because my brother's a Holyfield. He was a Holyfield fanatic back then. And I told him, I said, dude, if they see each other, because the one thing you can do against Evander Holyfield, it was hit him. Evander would take a punch. Riddick Bowe punched the hell out of him. A couple of other fighters, you could hit Evander Holyfield. Back then, Tyson punches, Holyfield don't last 6 rounds.
Yeah,
Holyfield don't last 6 rounds. And a lot of people will fight me on that. I don't. Holyfield wouldn't have lasted 6 rounds. Will do.
yeah.
Never get to see it, but he would have lasted 6 rounds
Yeah,
against.
when they fought in the late '90s, Mike, like I said, Mike had been out the game for a while. He was no longer disciplined. He was going through money problems. He's getting robbed by Don King. He was
Yeah,
a different dude.
he
That
wasn't that.
early '90s Mike would have got close to him and gave him the craziest shots and would have
And,
put him down.
and that was the other thing because Evander Holyfield never retreated. He was always coming forward. So you feeding right into Mike Tyson's strength. There's no way that dude would have won that beat them fights back then. No way. But
Yeah,
they put together the fight late. There were still two big names in the sport. So you of course you're gonna flock to see it, but it there will never ever be another Mike Tyson ever
no, no,
ever.
not. Trust me, I'm looking for him. I like the Tank Davis guy. I think he's close, but I don't see like the competition. I don't see the good competition. I'm not the biggest boxing fan. When I watch the fights, I'm like, who is this guy he fighting?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know this person. And then you see they're winning, they're not really winning in spectacular fashion. Then like
Yeah.
so Tank is basically it's more of a marketing game now with boxing. Let's see how long we can keep this person as a champion versus, you know what, this person's number one contender. Let's put him up against him. So it's
Yeah,
all like
it's
it's all marketing. And when Mike was fighting, I remember you would know about the fight 6 months out, and you'd be like, "Oh my god,
and they
this
and
is
they
gonna be
promoting
it."
it. You'll be watching the HBO movie, and then they'll show the previews for the fight. You like, man, y'all getting that on pay per view this time?
Hmm.
Who turn is it? But you had to be in front of the TV to watch a Mike Tyson. You
Yeah.
had, yeah. I
So if
mean,
anybody checking this out, man, go to YouTube. You can just watch Mike Tyson highlights all day long, man, all
and
day long.
and start from the highlights when he was young, because before he became a big time puncher, he could actually box. He could bob and weave. He could move side to side. He could counter. He was actually a boxer first before he became a puncher. So that's what a lot of people. If you didn't see him early on, you would have never. Man, Kevin Rooney used to call out them numbers, and he'd be like this, like 6'6", 5'4". He'd be like body, head, body. You'd be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, he's not the same fighter now. Of course, he's double in age, so he's gonna
Yeah.
fight pretty soon against one of the Paul brothers. And
They got postponed the last time, right?
say what?
Because they were supposed to fight before and they got postponed for something.
Yeah, Mike got hurt. Mike got hurt, so they're gonna fight again later this year. And I never wanted Mike to knock somebody out so bad in my life. You know what I'm saying? I want Mike to give him CTE.
Even though they say boxers never lose their punch. If they, what is it, 2 minute rounds, 1 minute
Yeah,
rounds?
it's not traditional boxing
Yeah.
rules.
If they keep it to 1 minute rounds, maybe a minute 30, and do it only for like 3 rounds, it might be entertaining. I, to beat a 60-year-old Mike, or how old Mike Tyson is, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
I would literally have to be walking past the TV and be like, "Oh, that's all." I'm not looking for it.
Yeah, I'm not purchasing it. I plan to watch it via alternative means whenever it does come on. Uh,
Good luck with that. I'm not breaking no plans to be in front of the TV. If I'm so happy to be in a house and I flip through, like, oh shit, that is on tonight, I may watch it.
Wait, nobody like Mike, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for
Now,
sure.
I plan to start a little bit of controversy here because this is always a topic that people love to debate.
Oh,
And
no,
before I say this, I'm not stating that I'm for either side. I just want to point out some facts
okay.
to this issue, and that is the NBA era during Jordan and the NBA era during LeBron. So one thing that no one wants to mention when they talk about the two different eras is how free agency affected the game.
Mm.
And you'd be a fool to not admit that free agency during Jordan's era is nowhere near where free agency is today. Back when Jordan played, Jordan went to the finals 6 times. He played the Lakers, Blazers, and Suns, and the next time he played Sonics, Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at those teams when he played them, none of those teams after they lost to Jordan came back and got strong. They just said, we're going to go again as is. They probably got a rookie or signed some other little journeyman, but there wasn't like a big retooling like you see now. So like when Jordan and the Bulls beat the Jazz in '97, that next year they played, it was the same Jazz team. It was the same exact team.
But they played them a lot tougher.
Yeah, they played them tougher. And then they say, you know what? We got a good group. We're going to come back. We're going to try to get Jordan again.
Yeah.
That's not what happens now. So, like, I want to give you an example of, look at when LeBron came back 3-1 with the Cavs against the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Destroy the Warriors' mental. Destroy them mental. They like, we lost 3-1 to this dude. How did we lose? How did the Warriors respond? They go out and get the best scorer in the league after just going 73-9. So what I'm trying to say by this is LeBron had to deal with a more dynamic league than Jordan did. Jordan's league was old school. Like, you know what? We were this close. Let's try it again and go back at his bald head ass. We can get this. The league now is like, call Kevin Durant, put him on the team. We can beat LeBron. When did Jordan face a super team?
Okay, so before I go to the super team, LeBron is great. You know, for his body of work in the NBA is for him to be even considered in the GOAT conversation is what it is. Here's why he'll never be my GOAT. I've seen him quit. I've seen him quit on his team in Boston. No player, they say, oh, well, he's not the first, he's not the one that started these super teams, blah, blah. No player that was ever considered the best player in the NBA left and went to another person's team to win a title. And to me, that's what takes his GOAT status away, or that's what takes him out the GOAT talk, period, for me. Jordan never faced a super team, but Jordan faced back then where most teams had a Batman and a Robin, where he was a Batman and a Robin. The Lakers, they were older, but they had Batman and Robin. A couple of them was hurt, but it was still the same thing. They were still the Lakers, and they still got through the West. As far as the super teams go, this era, it's soft to me. It's soft when you can go and you can say, yeah, we were down 3-1. Let's go get the ring. But I think that speaks more on Durant than the Golden State Warriors, because the Warriors beat them without Durant, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors ran over Durant to get to another title.
Mm-hmm.
But to be, what is he, 4-6?
4-6.
4-6 in the super team era, one in the bubble.
Let's go over. Let's quickly go over him though. His first one, he was with the Cavs. When I want to say it was like his fourth or fifth year in the league, which was amazing because he had Anderson Varejao and a bunch of other bums. Again, and they lost to the Spurs.
But the NFC, Lord, the East was loaded with bums for almost his entire career. Tell me a team that pushed LeBron to the limit outside of the Pacers that one year.
Boston.
But they beat him. They beat him. Okay, but they beat him.
When?
Boston
When did they beat him in Miami?
Huh?
They beat him. They didn't beat LeBron in Miami. They didn't beat him in Miami.
I ain't talking about in Miami.
They beat old LeBron in Cleveland. They beat old LeBron.
In the East, what team pushed him? The entire time he was there, what team did you say this team could win? This team could win a championship. Any team.
Well, when Derrick Rose was healthy, Derrick Rose and the Bulls pushed him to 1 year.
He was one player. He was
Yeah.
one, and they had a great series. He was one player
And then the Celtics had them 3-2, and that's when LeBron went God mode on them in Miami and brought them back.
in
But
Miami, super team.
but what I remember was something DeMar DeRozan said. He said teams were scared to face LeBron because they knew they just couldn't stop him. The man had them shook.
We're not taking nothing away from LeBron. We're not taking
Mm-hmm.
nothing away from LeBron. But we're just talking about as far as a GOAT status. I think Jordan just set that bar so high that you look at the 6 championships. You look at I've never been to a game 7 to win a title. The fact that he's 6-0. The fact that nobody in NBA got a ring when he was at the top. LeBron was at the top for how many 6 teams got rings on
Mm-hmm.
his watch. So how did you put him in a GOAT category when you looking at those type of numbers from Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Well, Jordan didn't go. He went 6 times, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jordan was in the league what 15 years, so 9 times he ain't go. Like LeBron to go 10 times, and at one point, I want to say he went to 7 straight.
But
That's
that was my point. Nobody challenged him in the East. There was no real teams in the East then. When he first he beat the old Detroit team. Okay, let's just say Detroit. But after the Detroit team, who name any team that you say, you know what, these motherfuckers are contenders.
it was Boston
Everybody,
was the only ones.
it seemed like everybody just said, you know what, we're gonna wait till this motherfucker get out the East before we build a team.
Yeah, they got
The,
scared.
exactly. I mean, but from ownership on down, so, to me, I thought the Bulls was gonna do it, but they were trying to get Carmelo, but the motherfuckers didn't want to give up Joakim Noah of all people. I thought they were going to be. They were the one team I thought that they was just like, you know what, fuck LeBron. We're going to go out here. We're going to get Melo. We're going to get a score. We're going to have D Rose, and we're going to challenge him for this East. It never came to fruition, and outside of that, there was nobody. And of course, if you're the best player in the game, now you done tagged up with Wade and Bosh. You're going to have years where you just run that whole conference. And he did. And I can't give him credit for being this GOAT when you have a losing record when it counts. And the East was trash.
Now, imagine for 1 second, we're gonna say 1997, the first time Michael Jordan and the Bulls beat the Utah Jazz, right? Let's say the next season they say, you know what? We're gonna add Hakeem Olajuwon to the Jazz, or we're gonna add Charles Barkley to the Jazz. That's what happened to Bron. Karl Malone and John Stockton went at it again and said, you know what? We got the same team. We got Byron Russell now. We're gonna make him check Jordan.
Yeah.
Imagine they added Hakeem to the Jazz team to try and beat Jordan. That's the equivalent of
So,
what happened.
so you're saying that teams went out and stacked up because of LeBron?
Yes. Yes.
Who started it?
So
Who started it?
who started
The
what?
so-called king. He the one that left to stack up a team to win titles. He's the one. If he would have stayed in Cleveland and tried to draw some other free agents to him, okay, it is what it is.
It's Cleveland.
But, huh?
It's
I,
Cleveland.
don't, I can only say that. You can't say that. But the fact that he left, went to another team, grabbed Bosh, who was balling at the time. Bosh was putting up 20 and 20 on some nights. To win titles, it just takes away from him. It takes away. I don't think you had to stack your team to beat LeBron because LeBron left to stack team on his stack team. So how are you gonna do that? You got the best player in the NBA at the time on a stacked team. How did you win?
They had to, I don't think the team was all that stacked. I think LeBron
Was
and D
it?
Wade, LeBron and D Wade are Hall of Famers. Bosh is not a Hall of Famer. He's a
Wait,
really good player. But I'm gonna tell you this: LeBron beat a 73-9 team, and they said we're gonna add Kevin Durant
You
to a
keep going back.
73-9 team.
You keep going back to that point, but they beat LeBron fair and square 2 times before that.
Incorrect. Incorrect. They played 2 times before. LeBron beat him the second time. The first time when they beat him, let's not forget, Kevin Love went out in the second round of the playoffs with a separated shoulder. Game 1 of the NBA Finals that year, Kyrie Irving tears his meniscus. LeBron was out there playing with Scooby Doo and the boys and got it to 4-2. He did an amazing job, and I still will say, had he had Kevin Love, I said Kevin Hart. If he had Kevin Love and Kyrie, they beat them. They beat
Okay,
them.
wait a minute. So if we going back to that, when the Warriors was up 3-1, Green got suspended, and that's when they got exposed because who was it? Lee, what's his name? Lee something. His last name was Lee.
Mm.
Got hurt. He was a serviceable center, and he got hurt, and that's when it got exposed. That's when LeBron kept driving to the bucket, and Green couldn't stop him. They had no size on their roster to stop LeBron, and that's why they came back from 3-2. So don't
They
just
weren't
say
they
LeBron
weren't
turned the
stopping
cat
LeBron
around.
regardless.
Huh?
They weren't stopping LeBron regardless.
What you mean? It turned the entire series. They were literally on their way to being 4-1 loss. Green gets suspended, Lee gets hurt, the whole series turned around. The whole series. So if we're gonna go back to who got hurt the series before and all that good stuff, let's tell the whole story.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not picking either side. What I'm saying is we need to examine how free agency was back then versus now. Free
Yeah.
agency has changed the game, especially like when you look at 2020 when the Lakers won the championship in the bubble.
Yeah.
The next year, the team was dismantled. You didn't see stuff like that in Jordan era. If they won a championship, the same team came right back to win another one and win another one.
Free agency is as for fans, it's rough. Like I I love the Cowboys. I would go get a Cowboy jerseys from with a player that I knew was going to be there for a while. Now I'm not spending
Right.
$180 on a jersey, and this dude might get traded or might not like his contract and be gone the next season. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. But you get that free agency through all sports it's taking a toll on the game.
Yeah, I expect a lot of free agency in football because I think it's so many players they just have to keep going, and plus it's a rough sport where people don't last long. Basketball is kind of reason that I'm falling out of love with the NBA
Mm.
because you can win a championship, and then off season they blow the team up, and then they don't make the playoffs. It's hard. I miss the days when Jordan, you had a core group of like 6, 7 people that stayed,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
just added a few pieces.
yeah, yeah.
You knew who the rookies were because it was a big deal when rookies went to teams. Now you're like, what the
Listen,
hell?
your goat changed all that. Your goat changed it. I mean, and I'm going to always put it on him because as the best player in the world at the time, you just don't pick up and say, "Oh, this is too hard to do by myself. Let me go join D Wade and on his team." Oh, hey Chris, won't you come down too? And like I said, you say Chris Bosh not a Hall of Famer, maybe not. But at the time he grabbed the Bosh, he was a 20-20 player.
I feel you. But we will have this free agent discussion a little bit later another time because like I said,
Yeah.
there's layers to it. We gotta
Oh yeah,
unwrap it.
for
But
sure.
one last little fun question before we go. Um, I, I constantly sit at my desk at work and I think, what else would I be doing right now if I didn't have to be sitting here doing what I do? And of course, it's always related to sports. So I ask people sometimes in passing, what would be your dream sports job if you're a sports fan? Mine, it sounds weird. I'm a huge Duke basketball fan. I would love to make their schedule every year. I would make the Duke Road Show around America. That that that's not GM of the Chicago Bulls or something like that. I would like to make Duke's
Do that.
schedule for the year. That stuff like that. I'm a nerd. I'm a stat nerd. So stuff like that is fun to me. I would have Duke playing in, Bowie State's gym just to stir up the local economy. Fun stuff, man.
Yeah, I get that. I thought about that before we went live, and my dream job would be who oiled down the models. You have to pay me. You have to pay me. Give me the baby oil.
Hold on, Diddy.
Now these
Hold
only
on.
models now, and let me be that guy. You know that's something you can do. Still have a day job. Still be around the sports. Still be in sports. It's a win-win. It's a win-win.
You trying to
You can.
oil down the models,
Yeah, give me that job. Give me that job.
right? I barely want to put lotion on myself. I ain't trying to oil down no models.
What?
So
Oh,
you wouldn't want to be like the GM for the Cowboys for a year.
them jobs highly stressful, and especially for an organization like the Cowboys, because if you're on social media, which we are at our age, you're seeing the negative comments. You're hearing the people calling for your job. You're hearing, uh, just everything that you don't want to hear if things aren't going well. Now, when things are going well, oh, I'm pretty sure they're the greatest jobs in the world. But people are calling for Jerry's head. They're calling. I mean, they want him gone. They
I
want him
don't give
to.
a damn.
But they want him to fire himself as the GM.
Well, why would you care?
I probably would because he got billions. But the fact we just talk about two regular people and I'm only gonna be there for a year. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. I
I
don't.
take that stress. I'll be on there telling the fans go to hell. This is my job, and they paying me 10 million to do this job.
Yeah.
I would not care. See, hey, meet me in the streets, run the fade. I
Listen,
don't care.
me, baby oil, and $25,000 for the year. I'm good. Matter of fact, look, just give me a little per diem money.
What are you talking about? The Cowboys cheerleaders?
Shit, I owe him up too. Ain't discriminate. Whatever, whatever they do to look shiny and shit, that's the job I want. Book
Well, hey man, we need to go ahead and end it here.
it.
It's
Yeah.
always a good time
Yeah, this was a
chopping
fun
up
one.
what you feel. This is the sports therapy
Yeah,
session.
and that's for sure. We definitely need it. I definitely like the debating aspect of it. You know what I mean? We need to do a little more of that.
Yeah, I'm Shannon. You
Yeah.
Skip.
Yeah. We definitely wait, why I gotta be skipped? We can't just be feeling woo arguing shit.
We are the first feeling we are no Shannon and Skip. I am not his heavy breathing ass.
Yeah, fuck that.
I am not in. But hey man, it's always good chopping up with you.
Yes, sir.
Until
Yes, sir.
next week, man.
Do it again next week for sure.
All right. Uh
Ah,
yeah.
that's
Um
good one.
so